to jail. I'm fresh up out the gutter, I don't know if you can tell. I'm hustling for everything I do for legacy. You can call me any type of day, my dog, I never sleep. The only rule I got is if we don't embarrass me. I write down my problems, then record it just for therapy. Just for clarity. Whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see teams who have been division rivals since 1961. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the defending NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, here in Dallas, winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. But this team this year may have even extra pressure on their shoulders in what might very well be the toughest division in football.
And that extra pressure will go on the offensive side of the ball. They'll need consistent play from the quarterback position because they are very explosive. And on the defensive side, they want to continue to take the ball away and make themselves contenders in the NFC East.
Well, meanwhile, for the Eagles, the big question, how would they improve their squad in 2023 and make another run at a Super Bowl title? Well, they took a few hits in free agency, but by most accounts, really hit a home run during April's draft. You were there. What did you make of it?
It was almost a night beyond their wildest dreams. Perhaps the best player in the draft somehow fell to 9, where the Eagles traded up to get him. And a terrific pass rusher they got at 30. Wonderful draft, extra pieces for a Super Bowl contender.
Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Hurts throw here into the hands of Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
And these Eagles may have been the first to really perfect this play. Let Hurts take the snap. Then get some help pushing from behind. This was so successful, some folks, including me, were calling for this play to be outlawed. But while it's still in the books, no one runs it better than Hurts, and he takes this one in.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Well, a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net him 14 yards as they pick up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a man who's taken the reins with the Cowboys, it's Tony Pollard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing, Prescott. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia. Taking it about the 16. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Swift going to try at the middle. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Breaks a tackle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show. Football, I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
But 1st down, Hurts. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
The kick by Elliott is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Here's 3rd and 6. Prescott yet again. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Hurts. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Albert Okwuegbunam taking it in from a yard out. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Elliott on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. On third down, it's Pollard. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. DeAndre Swift and the Eagles back out there. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it. Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Pollard again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Kill! 47.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Oh, the sneak. It's Hurts. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, and pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead he said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Dallas offense set for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Pollard going to try the right side. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Shaquille Leonard in there to blow that play up. Prescott to throw it. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 97 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. On the sneak, it's Hurts, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Jalen Hurts with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They'll try to run with Swift. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Prescott on 1st down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jordan Davis, his 2nd sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Prescott. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side, Swift. Oh, what a move. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 109 yards on the ground here for Swift, and he's got a 1st down as well. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. First and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on first down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turn the ball over.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach. And
Prescott, his 3rd interception. Darius Slay with a pick. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll run right here with Swift. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the fourth quarter to grow that lead.
But I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in the blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw is Prescott. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On third down, it's Prescott. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Shreds the tackle. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They will run straight ahead with Swift. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 136 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. That one looks like he'll throw here. Wide open receiver, complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Play action now. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.